Hi, my name is Marc Petitpas. I'm the CEO and owner of Marc Petitpas Business Coaching in Ontario, Canada. I've been running my coaching business for some of Canada's biggest companies for the last 3 years. Prior to that, I was a senior executive in organizations like Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, TELUS Mobility, and some of Canada's biggest home building companies. I've been where you're at. I've learned those lessons, and I'm taking the best practices from my career and bringing them to apply to your business to help you grow and succeed. I'm passionate about making sure we build workplaces that are great for mental health in Canada. But I understand we can't do that if we don't build successful businesses. I've seen business suffer because they don't treat their employees the way they needed to be treated to thrive. And I've seen employees suffer when a business is struggling and puts all that internal pressure on their workforce without knowing the solution to actually move the business forward. So I'm out to create that change so not only people have great places to work, they can grow their careers, they can afford a mortgage. And the way they do that is because their company's thriving. So how am I helping companies do that? The first track is an organization realizes that there's a leadership gap. And some of those organizations bring me in and they want me to train a process and the behaviors to make sure there's a legacy there. And they can train all future leaders on that so the company can be sustainable, grow, be profitable, and be a great place to work so it reduces their turnover. But the other track is where organizations come in and say, partner with us, look at us at a high level. Audit our leadership process, audit our strategic planning process, audit the way we do our business development and marketing, and sit and be a member of our team for a certain amount of time. And we'll diagnose what those issues are and where I can provide functional support on top of fractional executive support. My goal is to ensure the experiences I've learned through those best lessons in some of those companies and the organizations that I work with today is to give you a transferable process that's yours, that you can own and is your intellectual property. I'm not going to train you on a chapter of a training that anyone can buy. I'm going to train you on a training program that you can implement to help your organization grow and you can own. That goes for the leadership training, goes for the sales training, and it also goes for strategic planning. I'm going to leave you with the process that you won't need a consultant in the future. You'll have that skill in-house and you'll have that scalable process. Reach out and let's schedule a free diagnosis. There's no commitment, there's no guarantee, there's no cost. I'll ask you questions about why you want to do the program, what exists today, what gaps you believe are there, and then I'll layer in how I would solve those issues, and we can talk about seeing if I'm a fit. If that's something you want to learn more about, let's book that 1-hour free diagnosis meeting.